Hi Aquarius, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aquarius, this is your love reading starting today on the 29th of December 2020. And I've set the time frame to about around late December 2020 till late January of 2021. So let's see what's going on for you for the upcoming month. We're getting an overall message here with this first deck. All the decks that I'm using, I've listed them down below in the description box. So if you're interested, check them out there. There you go. Wow. So the first card out is Epiphany. I get a lot of Phoenix rising around this, like you've risen from the ashes, you've come back from something, and we have little peacock feathers there on the bottom. And if you haven't listened to me before, just a little reminder here that unicorns and peacocks, it just has become that for me over the years, between me and my guides, that if I see a peacock or if I see a unicorn, that's my indicator that there's a soulmate connection around, or you've started to feel the essence of them. There's something with them two little peacock feathers there on the bottom going on. Epiphany, like you will have some sort of insight, some sort of aha moment, see clarity. And then we have my Cinderella story. So a similar vibe here between the cards. Very much the moon. We have a full moon happening tomorrow on the 30th. And depending on when you're listening to this reading, I would say once we passed something, like for instance for you, very, very strong energy for you right now, because we've had a great conjunction on the 21st of December, moving into the age of Aquarius. So it's like major shift for you after the 21st of December, as will this full moon after the 30th of December be sort of up and running. The energy is sort of activated, if that makes sense. And so after, if you listen to it after the 30th, know that you're in the energy. And we have the full moon in Cancer, which is all about family life and being rooted in, like being at the, like very stable, very solid energy at the core of something. And so this has over time developed into this beautiful Cinderella story. We see how she's dropping her shoe here, and perhaps you've been running away from something, or you have not been allowed to have your Cinderella story, meaning that you actually get to stay with somebody and past midnight it doesn't go sour, it doesn't go south, or stuff is not being taken away from you. So we're going to find out all about this. This is the overall energy. There's something about coming back from something. Phoenix rising, having an epiphany, clarifying yourself, and probably get to have your Cinderella story. And obviously it can be both for women and men. It's not gender specific. So we're going to go deeper here and see what the basic energy is for you for the upcoming month, please. For Aquarius, your love story. And I always ask for the most uplifting and inspirational message that we can find. And also that you can receive, so that you don't sit there thinking, that's not my story, because it's so far away from where you're at. It's sort of hard to take in. So here we have two foundational cards, which is Simply Love and Listen. Wow. So the Listen card is all about the intuition, to put your ear to the ground, to really pay attention to what's going on around you, messages that's being brought to you, messages from the inside, but also messages from the outside. Like the universe will always do its best to bring messages to you in a way that you can hear them, in a way that you will pay attention to them. So if that's like the emotional body, the emotions, like everything, every indicator you get from your emotional body is from your higher guidance, telling you whether you're moving towards something you want or moving away from something you want. That's just what the emotional system is about. And sometimes we pay extra attention to the emotional body on the inside, but sometimes you can receive a lot of messages through like animals on the outside, like you run into birds constantly, or there's butterflies, or there's feathers or numbers or whatever this is. So if you hear something on television, you hear something on the radio, just really pay attention, really listen right now, because there's being broadcasted messages to you at this point. We're going to find out more what this is about. And then simply love. So beautiful. Interesting. It was actually Cancer. I took a while there to remember which reading it was. Now already talking about the full moon in Cancer happening on the 30th. And I remember because we had this card for Cancer, and it's not typically, because this is a father and the son, or a brother and a brother, really big gap there, age gap, but it feels like a father and the son, or like some sort of role model for this younger boy. Can also be like the older you and the younger you, the inner child of you and the adult of you. But what came through so clearly for the Cancer reading was a father and a son, and how they have passed on their wisdom, or they have passed on, like, there's something that you pick up from your father, not necessarily always good and not necessarily always bad. It's just, we copy our parents, and today I feel the same. It's like a parent-child, perhaps not like father and son. It can be mother and daughter, it can be father and daughter, it can be mother and son. It's like a parenting situation here, that you pick up patterns, you pick up, maybe this is like also like we pay attention to so much what's happening around us that we sometimes forget to listen to what is our own actual inner guidance. What is your inner guidance telling you to do, not your parents, and well-meaning parents, but sometimes they say, I've never said that to them, or I've never showed that to them, or I never, yeah, that was a struggle, but I never talked about it to my kids, so they're not affected. Having no clue that it's not words that does anything. Words can make it worse or better, but it's vibration. It's vibration and energy first and foremost that you have picked up from your parents. So there's something around love. There's something around the pattern you have in your own life you picked up from your role models. So if you haven't, so some people don't even have their parents around anymore. They might be have passed over, or maybe they were not brought up by their mother, but actually by their grandmother or an aunt, or excuse me. So it just feels like there's something about passing on the information or passing on the patterns on how to love or how to not love. So let's go deeper here and see what this is about. So can we just clarify listen here? We can, and that was a bunch of cards. 4 Chariot, 2 of Autumn, and 10 of Winter. Okay. Feels almost like we're clarifying both of them at the same time. So I want to start with this 4 of Autumn. Manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money. Help out those who are less fortunate. And so this could literally be about money. It could be that you sort of are learning more, or just realizing how it's best for you to spend or save money. When it's a love reading like this, it's more towards energy. To learn how to utilize your energy, like to how much you're sending out, how much energy you use to give out to the world, and then how much energy you receive. It's like an even balance. Like we need, when you're breathing, we need to have an even balance in the breathing out and breathing in. If you're holding your breath, that's going to be really tough. Eventually you're actually going to die if you don't exhale or if you don't inhale. So like the even flow of out and in of energy. And the 4 speaks about the heart matter and laying a new foundation. Again, I see this as a little bit of like a younger figure and a little bit of an older figure, like this older figure, it's teaching the younger how to behave or how to not to behave, how to not to behave, how to not behave. Don't mind my grammar here. And not grandma, but grammar. So there's something about the passing on, or like we're looking at how somebody else is doing something. The chariot, I'm not drawn there though. 10, okay, so 10. So there's a completion. You're wrapping something up, and because we've had these cards and we're clarifying these cards, and we've had the Phoenix Rising and the Cinderella story that often has ended in like afraid that the other shoe is going to drop. The other shoe actually is dropping. You never get to get your full Cinderella story. Like you never get to it. That was before. It has made you quite strong. It has made you quite resilient. It could have also made you have a little bit of a shield up. So we're gonna look more into this. It feels like you're wrapping it up though. We're moving on. You're gonna have epiphanies about this. You're gonna have realizations about this. And it might have been that this relationship or this passing on that has sort of then colored the way that you've been in other relationships is like, because we're ending an old paradigm and it's coming into your sign where it's all about freedom and all about wish fulfillments. It's all about blazing your own trail, not walking where everybody else has walked ever before. That's typical Aquarius. And it's like the feeling of, okay, whatever was restrained in the past, or whatever was passed on by your parents or by your role models, it's like we're breaking that chain now. You're having epiphanies, you're growing, and we're wrapping up this situation. So it's rather, it could be like the parenting thing that could have been like for such a long time ago, and you could have had several relationships in between, or maybe like one or two really long relationships, and yet the pattern never went away. The wounding never went away. The coloring, if you will, the passing on energy never went away. And now it's like it's time to have it come up to the surface and really heal it. You know, in the pre-shuffling, I don't know if you really should call it pre-shuffle because there's not too much shuffling. It's just feeling in, like using the deck and feeling in your energy a little bit. And what came out was healing begins. Healing begins. So there's something like that taking place. When I get this card, it's sort of asking you to move forward and not look back. If you just let go of a relationship that didn't feel good, we talk about codependency here also in the text. I can read it out to you. The resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off of your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. So it's like an old paradigm. We're stepping out of it. And if you've stepped out recently, and it was a little bit of this for Sagittarius. So maybe there's a Sagittarius placement there for you. Maybe listen into the Sagittarius reading, because I feel like it was similar. Was it Sagittarius? Oh, I never fully remember. Like if you left a situation that was not good for you, then sort of don't look back. This card is asking you not to look back, but to just continue to walk forward. So if you left a very codependent relationship, I know that there's going to be those signs or those feelings or that almost like a pull to go back to that person, because that's what codependency is all about. Feeling like you're not like able to stand on your own 2 feet. But this is you coming out and into your own and wrapping up this whole cycle, leaving this old energy behind. And 2 of Autumn. I love this. It might feel a little bit overwhelming because it's like you're stepping into things now where you will have so much to do. There's so much, like, once you start to heal something within you, everything else follows. Like, we don't necessarily walk around with 9 things that are completely horrible and then one thing that is completely bliss. We tend to just or 5 things that are completely bliss and 5 things that are completely horrible. Is like we tend to just be in one, like, either we're more towards the good or we're more towards the bad, because that's law of attraction. So it's like when we start some sort of healing here and you're starting to find your own place and really get out of that old codependency energy. And that codependency, even though it doesn't feel like that, and even though you have never had a relationship in those terms with your parents, a lot of kids and a lot of adults are still codependent, like loyal to their parents. Not, it's so common that we don't pass the, what should I say, like the scale, like the scale of happiness. So if your parents are on the scale in certain amounts of happy, you're never going to sort of outdo their happiness. You're never going to outdo their successes. You're never going to outdo their money situation, their health. It's so common. I'm not saying that this is for all, and I am saying that there is a lot of people out there that has been able to transpire that and move past. But there's always this little where it can feel very uncomfortable to sort of, why is it so hard to make it for you relationship wise? Why is it so hard to make it for you health wise or money wise or work wise? Like, be a success, really dare to get out there and really live your life. Take one look at your parents and see, oh, okay, I get it. Like, I can't succeed my parents. I can't override my parents. And it's always going to be that difficult moment where most people don't even realize and recognize that that's what's going on. It's not you that actually have a difficulty to succeed. It's a codependency with your parents, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of parent-child situation coming out here. So take it however it resonates for you. That you maybe don't even put together, like 1 and 1 makes 2 in this relationship. Why is this so hard to let go? Because it's so freaking hard to let go of your mother or your father or that behavior, and it just mirrors itself, or it plays out in this specific relationship or in this specific work related situation. I'm getting something about a company, or like, for instance, if you've had your own business and that business, you just know that it will run itself to the ground if you don't, like, say, okay, I tried this out. I went into this business on my own and I really tried it out, and I've come to the terms with it doesn't work, or I wasn't enjoying it as much as I thought, or it's not a market for it just yet, or the market for it is over, or it, like, whatever I don't even believe in that myself for saying that, but it's like, because whatever you feel passionate towards, there's always going to be an audience. There's always going to be a market for you if you feel passionate towards it. However, if you feel like this is done, this is over with, and it's like you almost run it to the ground before you rather quit, because that's what you've learned. Like, if you watched your parents run their relationship to the ground before they quit, they're going to stay together for their kids. They're going to stay together because they have businesses together. They're going to stay together because they till death do us part. Whoever came up with that silly idea, like, till death do us part. And so you've seen them run it to the ground, and then you wonder, like, why do I have such a hard time to let go of this business that doesn't do it for me anymore? And it's not even that you're like feel ashamed that you would quit it, because it's not fun anymore, it's not working, it's not, but still you hang on to it and have no clue that it's actually, like, it's a codependency. It's a connection in with your, what you witnessed growing up as a child. So I think you get it. This, when you start to heal stuff, is that you start to heal everything. If you focus in on one single thing and you keep your focus there and you start to heal things within yourself, it's going to be like a domino effect. Domino is very, very significant for some of you guys out there. The word domino pizza is the only thing that comes to mind. Domino, is that a dog's name? Is that I don't think it's a person's name. Domino, it just stands, it's almost like when I say that domino effect, it's like it stands out. It's a very, like it gets very colorful when I say domino. So maybe that's making sense to somebody. Bring fun into everything you do. Juggling multiple priorities or jobs. An exceptional talent for multitasking. So once, like I said, once you start to get the hang of yourself and start to heal your inner child and start to heal your adulthood, there's a lot of things that are going to come in. And maybe perhaps before, it has been that you have juggling a lot of things to sort of mask or cover up how you really felt. It's easy. And if there's codependency involved here, it's so easy to become a workaholic, to become an alcoholic, to become whatever that is for you, to just constantly make yourself be occupied so that those real emotions doesn't come to the surface. As they do, you're going to start to realize that, oh my God, you might not want to slow down or quit your job, or you might just realize that, okay, I've hidden myself, or I hidden my emotions in this work, or I hidden myself or these emotions in this relationship that is like emotionless or something. But as you start to heal things, the stuff that is around you, work or relationship or like emotions, are going to start to feel so satisfying. And the more fun, the more satisfying feelings you can bring into the situation, the faster you will heal and the faster you will get to this very joyous place. This is such a different reading from all the rest, like all the other readings. Maybe it's because it's such a shift for you, Aquarius, that you have been, I don't know, we're coming into the Aquarius age. The Chariot, it talks about movement forward now. We're talking about success here. We're talking about, it's a little bit of Wheel of Fortune vibe around this today. It's like when something has been stagnant for a bit and we have lingered in the past energies, those delays are over. We're moving forward now, and success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. And so I just feel like this is, and it's number 7. So we talk about completion again, some sort of completion that you've added one and one together, and you understand now what is making you, like making your heart tick, making you feel excited to get up in the morning and looking forward to your life, rather than to just feel like you just walk around like a zombie. Not you're living, but you feel somewhat numb. Maybe you're really out and about and you can be amongst, hundreds of people, but it's still that numbness, and maybe even more so this numbness. This is we're solving that now. You're coming out of that now. We're moving forward now. This is bringing success back into your life, and you're going to see this forward movement. And because it has been such a stagnant energy, and because we have lived so much in the past, rather more so in the past and more so in other people's energies than in the now and future and in your own energy, when you make that switch, when you're having this epiphany or aha moment about how you've lived in the past and what you now can do about it, it's going to change your life, Aquarius. It really is. Wow. It's a very deep reading. It's like a very deep reading. Okay, what else do we want to tell Aquarius in their love story? Wow, dreams coming true, which is the Aquarius and solar plexus chakra. This is so beautiful. I'm just going to move these up here a little bit. So we have a lot of like a green-blue palette here. So there's a lot of healing taking place with your heart. It's also becoming very authentic there with your throat. Dreams coming true first. That is you. That is the Aquarius energy. Wish fulfillments. That is the star. Number 9. Again, we're wrapping up something old. We're coming to an end and we're stepping into the new. The dreams that you've been wondering about, asking about, where are they? Is it never going to be my turn? Is it, can I just quit this life, quit this job, quit this like, I don't want to play anymore because it's not, it never brings, now it's turning around. We have the Chariot and we have 7, 10, and 9. Oh, sorry. Forgot to turn the sound off. We have 10, 7, and 9, which speaks about endings. It's a completion. It's a completion and an ending, and therefore new beginnings. It's time to reap the rewards. It's time to enjoy what you created over time. And this is you, like, do you see like how you almost reach with your hands up through the universe and grabbing hold of this vortex, of this whirlwind, of this treasure chest, whatever you want to call this place where you've gathered all your dreams. And it's not just a wishy-washy, I have this fantasy. You know, the minute you have a fantasy, the minute you have a dream or a vision, an epiphany, an idea, something that's being delivered to you from source, that's the second where it really starts to shape itself. It really starts to manifest for you. So it's not just an idea, because once you've had the idea, the universe is on it. The universe is on it. Like the universe is right there to show you some sort of sign that this is about to take place. And this is not one thing. It's like you reached in through the universe's portal here, and you have, it's like you're grabbing hold of, you're a complete match with your dreams. A complete match with your dreams. And we have number 3, the solar plexus, which is so beautiful because 3 is all about joy, creativity, fun, passion. Solar plexus, the area in between your ribs, is like, it's the sun. It's a connection in with the sun, the solar plexus. It's your worth. It's your confidence. It's your manifestational place. It's where you will feel an excitement in your stomach, in your solar plexus. You never feel that in your neck. You don't feel it in your shoulder. You don't feel it in your arms. You feel it in your solar plexus. So that's like the biggest magnet that you ever need to focus on. If there's one chakra to focus on, it's the solar plexus. That's where the core point for everything is. And we're opening this up now. Opening this up, maybe it's called. Just some clarification here for the dreams coming true, please. Okay, so I'm being brought back here a little bit, and so I just want to say there's immense opportunity for healing, so take it. It's immense opportunity for healing, so take it. So even though the opportunity is there, you have a choice to say, I'm not interested. No, I'm good exactly as I am. Yeah, I might have not worked so well in the past, but I'm good. You know, to really start to work on things with yourself. And you seem to be doing that, though, with the epiphany here. Phoenix Rising and the Cinderella story. 7 again. 7 again. So around this dreams coming true, they're asking you to have a little bit of patience now. Just a tiny little bit of patience. It's going to come about the way you want it to. Have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. And I feel it's a prudent investment of energy. You're holding the golden apple. Like you have come upon something that allows for you the next step. That allows for you to let go of your past and move into the future. And it's the second 7. So we're talking about mastery here. You can't have those, like that many like that much hardship in the past, and be the phoenix rising, and not sort of, if you want to obviously, become some sort of master. So dreams are coming true. We're opening up the solar plexus right now. Great opportunity for healing here, and to just have a little bit of patience as this is now taking place. Whether this is a relationship for you or everything else falling into place for you, dreams are coming true now. We're stepping into the age of Aquarius, which is your sign. It's your whole field where you get to watch now your dreams coming true. Have a little patience, okay? If you feel like this is your story, then you're so welcome to the extended reading. The link to that is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, guys, and Happy New Year. I'll see you on the other side. Take care.